Hey everybody, Jason back again, and today we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. This one is actually something a little bit like another video that I've done recently, and it's Machamp, or Macognier, or Machamp. But basically this is a figure that I saw, and typically, again, like I've mentioned this before, like I've never really bought a Pokemon action figure. Like I spoke about this one a lot recently, not a lot. I talked about it once, but I saw this one and I was like, I couldn't really avoid picking him up because he was just actually kind of cool. I like Machamp, one of the original 151, and I don't know, it just looked really cool. He's like the Goro of the Pokemon world. But anyway, I'm just gonna, let's see, what's it say here? It's got multiple points of articulation for battle play. And then it says, Machamp is ready for battle. 19 points of articulation. And then it's like advertising other Pokemon figures. So let's crack into this and see what this one's all about. Honestly, looking at this already, I think it's going to be a little bit better than the Ash figure, but we will see. I'm not too worried about it. I was going to say, I'm going to carefully cut this off. Yeah, I picked this up when I went to the store and picked up the Arceus Mythical card pack. Typically when something new comes out that's Pokemon related, on those days I end up picking up everything, and sometimes I feel really bad for buying it all, but whatever. I'm a sucker for Pokemon. Oh, I missed a spot. I think the main thing that I liked about this one is just the fact that it was so posable. If this was just like a standard type statue design, I don't think that I would have found it as cool. Because I don't know, I like my toys to be able to pose. I've got a couple figures that I kind of want to do a video on at another date. I don't know if you can see them up there, but they're the two Link figures up there, but I don't know really how I'll work that in, but anyway, I got this open, and oh, of course, it's like twisty tied up in there. Like, crazy twisty tied. Oh, this has an odd smell. Like, I'm typically a fan of opening up certain things because, like, the smell itself is fantastic. Like, Pokemon cards, for instance, or trading cards in general, they have, like, a pretty distinct smell to them, and for whatever reason, I really like it. And then even books. Old books, those are fantastic, too. This is going to seem, like, really weird, but I promise, I am not the only one who feels this way. And sometimes, like, when you smell a product and it doesn't smell good, it takes away from the experience. It's part of the reason why I don't like new cars, because they always have like a really funky smell, and I can't stand it. Sorry, that's probably going to be kind of loud. I actually feel like super nauseous in a lot of new cars. Alright, this is... I might fast forward through this bit, so if I start moving it like really, really rapidly, you'll know why. I actually, when it came to Machamp, I would have him on my team, but not very often. I would more go for Alakazam or Gengar. Or even Pikachu. Because, I don't know, I wasn't too big a fan of the fighting-type Pokemon in general. The fighting-type Pokemon that I liked were always Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. And I really don't think that they're, like... Yeah, I don't know, I don't find them that interesting. But then again, I'm not a fighter. So, I wonder if that really has anything to do with it. Like, even when it comes to, like, a lot of fighting games, like, if I'm playing them, I'll pick the character that doesn't necessarily look like they're a fighting character. Oh, again, I'm sorry. That's probably, like, incredibly loud. Oh, and we're free. Okay. Anyway, before I get to that, inside the little box there... Oh, wow. So it's just a little poster that talks about, you know, all sorts of different little Pokemon figures that you can get. And on the back, they sort of made like a little poster. Now, on the back here, like, dude, it's got Groudon and Kyogre. It's got the Mega Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. Those would actually be kind of cool. I don't really want any of the other ones, though. Mega Banette is actually kind of cool, but whatever. Let me get something that I dropped. Okay, so Mega Machamp, or Machamp. I'm surprised they haven't given this one a Mega Evolution. I think the one thing that kind of weirded me out was the way that they did the shoulders, and it looks pretty okay from the front, but from the back, it's like he doesn't have a six-pack here, but on his back, this is where his six-pack is. Let's see. So the head turns. That's one. He can't really turn left or right. He can just sort of swivel his head to the side, and then it's basically Batman. And so, like, obviously his shoulder joints for each of the arms is supposed to be, yeah, there we go. That one's just a little bit tighter. And then, of course, he's got not only like a rotating, but he's also got a side-to-side type action, and then the elbows and hands on each arm are actually posable as well. He doesn't move at the waist, but his feet are able to rotate and move up and down. His legs give a little bit of side-to-side action as well as bending, and then so with his knees. So this guy is actually pretty posable. Let me see. Let me see if I can't get him in a really cool pose. 1 second. I'm trying to decide like what sort of pose would be appropriate. And in my mind, I'm kind of thinking it's like I want him to do like the superhero landing, but I don't think that I can quite achieve that with the flexibility of his legs that I've got. So let's go something a little bit different. Sorry, this is probably incredibly interesting, you know, me playing with the toy without showing anybody what I'm actually doing. Alright, so let's bring that back and... Alright, so I'm going to move the camera. So there we go. He is like really very nicely posable. I like it. It's a strong looking figure, and I like the presence that it actually has. And overall, like the sculpt of it is quite nice. Hopefully, like it'll zoom in, but there's... Sorry, I'm trying to get it to actually focus, but I don't think that it's going to do that for me. There we go. Basically, that's really the only detracting feature that I see from it, and that's only because it's on the face. Like, I can deal with the fact that he's got some seams and that I can see all the hinges, but aside from that, like, that's really the only main imperfection that I can see. I mean, yes, he's got, like, basically the equivalent of a license plate on his butt, but I don't know, like, overall, it's a very nice feature, a very nice figure. No little peg holes on this bottom of his feet to, you know, lock him into some sort of position or a pose. That's it. So, there you go. Machamp, posable action figure. Actually very cool. If I compare it to the Ash Ketchum one, this is like 100 times better. I mean, I don't know if it quite beats, you know, Pikachu with the hat. But as far as like the cool factor of this figure, it's definitely got it. I like this one a lot. I hope that they do a lot more like that. I would actually, speaking of the only ones that I like, I would like to see a Hitmonchan or a Hitmonlee like this. But with the Hitmonlee, I would think that that one would need some sort of base, because I would want it to have like some sort of kicking action, because that'd be cool. But I think it'd be too top heavy because he's built like a potato. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Pikachu? Thunderbolt? Maybe I could try to catch him?
Pikachu, anytime now, please.